I'd like to introduce our 60-liter Dean backpack. So this is our latest version that's just recently been announced and offered. There's so many upgrades in here. I'm going to talk about several things. I think there's roughly 20 different upgraded features that we've put onto this backpack from our previous 50 and 60-liter backpacks. So some of the key things is, even though it's a little bit shorter, we went down from a 27-inch to a 24-inch height frame. We've actually increased the overall capacity. So we'll talk about that here in just a moment. We've upgraded several other things as far as the S-shaped straight straps on the back, so it's much more comfortable for women. We've also provided a wider range on the waist, and we'll talk about that here today as well. We've also added several new features on the backpack so you can attach more things on the upper part as well as on the bottom part, such as bear canisters, and increase the overall capacity inside by making it deeper, and I'll show that inside of the backpack. So hang tight here a little bit and I will start going through all these new features. So let's start talking about the inside of the backpack. So the inside is now deeper, so now you can stack things on top. So if you have, for example, our Peralta sleeping bag, so this is a synthetic sleeping bag, we'll fit that right in here, no problem. Coming down, it goes down to 10 inches on the width, but you can go up to 14 inches just fine and fit that. This is a 3-person tent, so a 3-person tent can also fit there inside. And then as you can see, there's still depth in here if you wanted to pack additional clothing and food. Your chair can fit inside of here, your sleeping pad, all those things can still fit internally inside of the backpack if you choose. Still room to continue to put any kind of freeze-dried meals and things here on the section that says food. So we've increased that overall depth. Some of the other features in here is on the outside of the pack, you can still attach so many things. So we made these straps even larger on the bottoms. We've also upgraded all the straps to now a nylon strap, so it makes it much smoother and tighter whenever for your shoulder straps as well as on the bottom and all the straps. So those have been upgraded. Then, for example, if you have a bear canister and want to attach a bear canister to it, you can easily do that now with the larger straps here on the bottom. You can see you can just then come and attach that here. We've also still have the rain cover on the bottom. I'll touch upon that in just a minute. But also, if you needed more space inside of here and you wanted to increase the height, we could put the tent on the bottom or on the top. So as you can see here, we've also got, if we got a rope, if you're a climber, or if you're a hunter and want to put any kind of game and things, you have many options for attaching more on the outside of this backpack than we've had with our previous revisions. But here you can see we can then attach even a 3-person tent there on the top, and then a bear canister on the bottom. And then we've got tons of capacity even on the sides. So you can comfortably fit 2 Nalgene water bottles on the side. These are 32 ounce. You can do a 48 ounce. 2 of them on each side. There's these large pockets on both sides. We've also upgraded the pockets to a ripstop nylon. Before there was a mesh in there. And we found that with this new ripstop nylon, if you brush against a tree or things like that, it's going to stay very durable with our materials. Okay. Other things is, once again, on the tent, you can attach things on the tent on the outside. That way, you're still giving a lot of opening inside for more food and clothing. If you had other additional cooking ware you wanted to take, or multi-day trips, so much more capability now here. Something else I wanted just to demonstrate is how large these pockets are. So I showed that you can do 2 Nalgene water bottles on there, but you could also even put up to a 3-person tent here on the outside. So here's the ripstop nylon pockets, water bottle pockets, but they're very deep, very durable. And then you've also got the straps here on the side. Your nylon strap, you can then strap it around. So if you have a large chair, or you're a photographer, you want to do any kind of tripods and things like that, the hunter, you can then attach a lot more on these sides and on the top. We still have a large kangaroo pouch here on the top as well, so you can put wet items inside of here. Sandals can then attach to the outside as well, continued with our buckle clip here. So lots of versatility with the pack. We've also continued to have the same removable dividers inside of the backpack, so if you wanted to unclip them, you can unclip it and rearrange the structure inside of here to keep your things tightly and organized based upon how you prefer. Otherwise, if you want to take the guesswork out, you can certainly buy it as a whole bundle, or as we're now introducing, a rental program. So check out our website for more information on that. Something else that's also really nice with this new upgrade is a larger brain section. So if you do have the tent, for example, attached to the top, just want to demonstrate this real quick. So we got the tent here on the top, or a large pad. If you had a sleeping pad, that would work very well on the top. And then you can see here, you've got organization inside of the brain. So this just zips up here, so it's not gonna fall on you. These are all ripstop nylon YKK zippers, gonna be very durable. And so when you're up on the top, it's gonna stay there. And then if you wanted to access your first aid kit, access things, it opens up very easily to access all of those first aid kit, headlamp, toiletries, those types of things here on the top. In addition, we still have our hydration bladder access like the zipper here. So now you can access your hydration bladder also here. So that was also in our previous designs, but we've upgraded it with some additional attachment straps here on the outside. All the material's been upgraded. All the padding has been upgraded. Mentioned S-shaped straps have been upgraded. Another huge, very, very significant upgrade has been with our waist belt. So let's just unstrap all these things real quick, but just to demonstrate the waist belt. Previously, the waist belt only went down to about a 27, 28 waist. So what happens with petite or youth, and you want it to be able to fit you? So we've changed that so that now you can detach these straps, okay? So where traditionally most backpacks are gonna have these buckles that come in here, and the buckles are going to limit you on how much you can cinch the waist strap. So we have eliminated that by making these removable. So you can now clip this out, clip this off. I've already done it on one side for demonstration, but now you can take these off. We even have extenders that if you want it larger than 52 inches, you can also extend it to make it just similar as a seat belt. But what happens now is there's this little loop. There's a nylon loop right here, and that's where it's gonna come with it attached right there. But if you want this for a youth or petite, you can then tuck this back behind the hip pouch pockets, and right behind it we sewed in an additional loop. So I'll put this a little closer to the camera. You can see this additional loop right here. You can attach now your waist belt loop right here, clip this in, very secure, and then what happens is you can now attach this and your other side. I just twisted that a little bit, but now you can then cinch this up really far, and what happens now is this can now overlap by itself, okay? So you can overlap these two waist belts, so you still have plenty of padding in there regardless of your size, but look how small we can now make this. So it's not gonna slip down on your hips if you are a smaller petite individual. Okay, so that's been a very significant upgrade for us, but still having very large hip pouch pockets. So you don't have these so small for a petite individual that you're gonna get if you buy a backpack that's made for a petite. Okay, so still we've maximized this area the most we possibly could, making it as universal as possible. Still has the adjustable torso on here. To do that, you can just unclip it. They're just slider clips. I won't do it here in the video, but you can just unslide that. You reach behind it, you push out the webbing, and the webbing will then allow you to reclip it in that new location, okay, if you will prefer it to be a small, medium, or large. Okay, so also the sternum strap, the load lifters, we've upgraded those too with loops. Sternum straps right here, we've also upgraded that with the new webbing, a new whistle, and just more secure there as well. So lots of other things that you can see on the website, so many new upgrades into it, and just trying to make it as easy for you guys to use, as lasting for many, many years, allow youth to grow with it, making it easier for transportation. So as I mentioned, it's 24 inches now, so which it fits perfectly in the overhead of a compartment of an airplane. So you can now travel with it easier versus most other backpacks are going to exceed that height. So it fits perfect for a carry-on luggage. Just wanted to highlight some of these major changes that are now with the new upgraded 60-liter Dean backpack.